ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, señores, señoritas, queridos que quiri, it has been brought to my attention that Liverpool are Premier League champions, and it is our first Premier League title in the books, and all us fans are shook. As we've seen, social media has been going crazy. The footballers, the players themselves have been going crazy. I think they broke isolation rules when they decided to celebrate together. And I wrote poems and everyone's just going crazy. It's been a 30-year wait. Since then, the fall of communism has been a common trait. Obviously, since that 30-year drought that Liverpool's been in, the Yugoslavia fell down. Many former communist countries aren't communist anymore. And as we know, it's been a common trait. Walls fell down and the Raptors were put into town. Obviously, that wall is insinuating to the Berlin Wall that fell down during that 30-year drought. And the Raptors were established in 1995. My brother was also born in 1995. So, obviously, that long period of drought, lots of things have been happening. The world was plagued with terrorism and new nations were formed under capitalism. So obviously, tragically, 9/11 happened in 2001, 11 years after Liverpool continuing their drought, which led to many countries instilling anti-terrorism acts, and new nations were formed under capitalism. So as we know, all the former Yugoslav countries, Serbia, Montenegro, Croatia, they all independent. Obviously, Serbia and Montenegro broke away and became two separate countries. Kosovo became independent in 2008, South Sudan in 2011, and they're the newest country to become independent. So new countries have been formed during that time when Liverpool didn't win the league. Cyprus entered the European Union. Greeks all sung the national anthem in unison. So what I'm getting at here is that Cyprus entered the European Union in 2004. So basically like a time lapse, really. I mean, it's not really in that much order, but you understand the point. So Cyprus entered the EU in 2004, getting rid of the Cypriot pound. Obviously I forgot. And Greeks sung in unison because during that same year, as we know, Greece won Euro 2004. So everyone was singing the Greek national anthem all over Australia and all over Greece, all over the world, because they literally defined all odds. My dad always tells me that the pundits were saying Greece weren't even going to win a game in the group, and look how that turned out. All the siblings finished school who started supporting Liverpool. So obviously all the siblings, including myself, we all finished school during that long drought period where we didn't win the league. And I started supporting Liverpool in 2008. So during that 12-year gap till now, it was no league titles, and we all finished school during that time. I was in year 1 when I started supporting Liverpool. Gerrard's slip to Suarez's dip. The times we're saying being a Liverpool fan would tarnish our lips. So obviously Gerrard's slip wasn't a bad time in Liverpool's history. We had a great season under Brendan Rodgers. We just fell short of our main objective to win the league because of Gerrard slipping. But it was mainly after once Suarez dipped is when I was saying I'm a Liverpool fan, when you started getting all the laughs, because Ricky Lambert was our striker, Balotelli, Iago Aspas, Luis Alberto, Fabio Barini. Obviously I'm not denying that they're bad. I'm just saying they just weren't Liverpool fit. And during those times, saying I went for Liverpool was just really hard, and it's obviously taught patience and perseverance, and that no matter what time or no matter what team you support or no matter what situation, there's always good and bad times, and you need to be able to push through all of them. From Balotelli to Ngog, those old times are washed away with the fog. So obviously Balotelli and Ngog, two of the worst strikers probably ever seen in a Liverpool shirt. Now that we're doing really well, those times where we did have the worst strikers in the Premier League are washed away now with the fog, because we've got the Champions League, the Club World Cup, Super Cup, Premier League, all in basically the space of a year. And that's just wiping away everything that's been done. Champions of Europe 6 times, Champions of England 19 times is sublime. Pretty straightforward, really, is that the records just speak for themselves and the numbers just speak for themselves. Obviously, we're one league title off Manchester United overall's 20. Obviously, we're quite a long way to go in terms of Premier League titles, but we're only one off in terms of league titles in general. Although we weren't invincible, we sure did the job. From Australia to the COP. So this is basically getting that all the fans and the players did their jobs respective of what country they're from. Obviously in Australia, all the fans were cheering them on during the really good season, and the COP was singing and coming up with new chants that have been spread all around the world, and the players were scoring bangers in front of the COP as well. We all love Liverpool and are proud, screaming at the middle of the night, nice and loud. Pretty straightforward again. We all love Liverpool regardless of the good, the bad times and the ugly times. We're screaming nice and loud. I remember when during the period where we weren't winning much, when Klopp was taking us to cup finals, we were losing. But the Europa League against Dortmund, I remember my brother and I, when we scored the last minute goal, we screamed and the whole house woke up. Liverpool, Barcelona, I'm pretty sure we woke up the neighbours when we were watching that, especially in that corner taken quickly. And the nostalgia of that, I still love it. But yeah, just basically showing the pride that all Liverpool fans have for the club. Salah, Mane, Firmino and Gini, all upon the definition of winning. Not the best rhyme that I could put there, but you got to include some of the key players in the squad. I'm not saying that those players are the reason we won the league. Obviously the whole squad, even from the young lads to the veterans, they've all been influential in terms of winning the league. But now they know the definition of winning because, as I said before, the cups that we won, and I'm really happy for Jordan Henderson. Although I don't really made him much as a footballer, he's been there since the start. He won the Capital One Cup with us, and he was there during the Europa League final loss, the Capital One Cup final loss, the Champions League loss, and now they're all literally the definition of winning. A squad with many talents has finally done it. Manchester City's dreams fall down into a pit. So, not the best rhyme I could have done there, but it basically speaks for itself. Squad with many talents. As we know, the squad has many talents, many different types of players. Manchester City's dreams of trying to win 3 in a row, trying to win that Premier League title from us, is not existent anymore. And I want to salute Willian and Christian Pulisic because they're the reasons why we won the league. Persistence prevails over money. Our dominance this year is funny, which again speaks for itself. Our persistence in terms of our persistent form of winning and our persistent upwards run towards the Premier League title prevails over the Arab money that Manchester City have. And our dominance this year is funny because I remember when the league got postponed, everyone's like, oh, Liverpool's not going to win it, that's it, season's done. And they were all laughing at us. And then they were laughing at us when we lost to Watford. But now we won the league. So our dominance is funny to the point that people want to pay out the club. But at the end of the day, we won the league. So it's funny. Now that is all history. How long our dynasty will last remains a mystery. So now that winning the Premier League is now in history, and we can look forward to more objectives and keep pushing to it, maybe win another Premier League title, keep pushing towards more objectives. How long our dynasty will last remains a mystery because we don't know where we continue to win the Premier League or then bring back the good old Liverpool dominating England and Europe times. We can finally say Liverpool are the champions of England. Not very bland. The rhyming there was kind of bland there, but like we can finally say during my whole lifetime of supporting the club that Liverpool are the champions of England, and it doesn't sound very bad either. We love Liverpool who are finally champions. As the Empress saved Byzantium, Klopp saved the club. So, bit of history lesson for you here. So as the Emperors obviously saved the Byzantine Empire from several invasions before it finally got overthrown, Klopp has saved the club from several invasions, including like this season, City trying to sweep the title off us, winning the Champions League, like Barcelona, things like that. Basically what I'm getting at is, like how emperors have saved their empire throughout history, our empire, our fortress Anfield is getting saved in terms of winning the Premier League by Jurgen Klopp, who has saved the club through many situations and made up for the times where he screwed up for us. Klopp has saved the club, and now there is a continued deep love. So obviously the love for Liverpool has always been there during the good, the bad and the ugly, but now there's a continued deep love. Liverpool are Premier League champions, and sing that loud and proud, Liverpool fans, because we need to enjoy it now. I'm not saying that we're not going to win it next year. I think we have a good chance of winning next year. Probably will win it again next year. I don't really want to be that Liverpool fan that always used to say this is our year, because I used to always do that when we didn't win anything. So yeah, enjoy it because it's awesome. I've got a flag outside of the house. Everyone knows I support Liverpool. I'm wearing full kits all day and every day. And yeah, thank you all for watching. And don't forget to
subscribe to Mavro Productions.